week, the latest inductees to receive stars in Nashville's Walk of Fame Park.
Coming up, we get to take you inside the 4 floors of Nashville's newest bar.
Plus, we're going south of the border, how Leah Turner and Jerrod Neimann got together for a new duet. And later, Skaggs joins us from the Mother Church for an interview you won't want to miss.
Hey y'all, I'm Shane Prophet, and you're watching Nashville Inside.
Hey everyone, welcome to Nashville Insider. I'm Casey Mason, bringing you today's episode right here from home because you may not know this, but we got a ton of snow in Nashville, which doesn't happen often, so we don't like to venture out much here in the South. Anyways, we still have a great show for you today. We got the honor of interviewing Skaggs from backstage at the Ryman, so we'll get to that later in the show. But first up, our Jennifer Vickery takes us to Nashville's Walk of Fame Park, where we see stars receive their stars. Take a look.
Well, just across the street from the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville is the Music City Walk of Fame, where today 4 incredible artists who have contributed greatly to music were honored.
I started singing Bye Bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey.
The one and only Don McLean, now we can say that you are a member of the Music City Walk of Fame. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. You know, I've always felt when I came to Nashville, and I met all the different musicians that I ended up working with forever, and I've known so many people here for really over 40 years now, that I feel like I'm part of the community. And it's really hard because I've never been part of anything, you know. And I really haven't. I've never been country, as I said, or rock and roll or pop.
Nobody ever put you in a box, right?
No, and as a result is you don't have anything. But I have Nashville, and I really feel that's true. I mean, these are people that know me and been through everything with me. They're right with me all the time, and they're terrific. You know, a lot of us musicians will be on the road and say, how could you have a better job than this? You know, you go out and you sing for people, you express yourself, you play beautiful music, you get paid, you know, and you make people happy.
Yeah.
My first year in Nashville, I played 220 shows. And we were out on the road constantly, and my family sacrificed, and we're all here. It's like I said, my sisters, my brothers, my cousins, my nieces, my nephews, my band. You know, I'm just a kid from South Carolina who believed in himself. And I got lucky twice. And I can't thank y'all enough. You guys have given me such an amazing life.
A big congrats to Don and Darius. Dwayne, Eddie, and Joe Galante also received the prestigious honor. You know, Hank Williams Sr. also has one of those stars on the Walk of Fame, but now his son has something a little different in the heart of Nashville. Jeff Womack has more from Hank's brand new bar.
First of all, I want to congratulate you because this place is just gorgeous. Now, I want to know how you did it because you got it up in months, not years.
Yeah, this was a quick project for us. You want me to grab this, or you got?
I'll grab it for you.
You're holding? Cool. Yeah, this was a quick project for us, which was great. We took an existing building, started working with the city pretty quickly. We have another project, which is this big one right there that we're working on. So you know, with the city relationships and all of that, it was pretty streamlined. You know, to come in here and start the renovation project, and we have a great team. We genuinely have a great team. So yeah, but it moved fast. It did.
I was so glad to see that you brought his name back here because we were talking earlier before the interview. This is really the first presence that he has had back in Music City since the big family tradition museum up on Demumbrian that a lot of people remember. Talk about bringing his name back as well as some of the artifacts people are going to see here.
Perfect. Yeah, to my knowledge, I believe you're correct. When that shut down, I think a lot of the memorabilia and artifacts were put in storage. Hank and his crew were kind enough to let us basically hop in a time machine and grab that same material, and that's what you'd see on our walls here. We were able to reframe stuff and repurpose it, and it's back in shiny and for everyone to see, and we're happy to have it.
We're very fortunate, actually. Hank Williams Jr.'s manager, he was an intricate part of like what we were able to do to collect the memorabilia. So actually, it's kind of a cute story. We didn't even know what we were going to be getting. Like, we had no idea what was going to be given to us. So Sean worked it out with his manager, Ken Levitan, and said, how do we get the memorabilia? And he backed a U-Haul up to like Hank's place. We had no idea what was in the U-Haul, and they loaded it all up. So we haven't even had a chance from the time that it like finally went on the walls to truly go through every single piece of Hank Williams Jr. history in our building. Like, we got stuff from everywhere.
Tell me what Hank Jr.'s reaction was to having a bar in his honor.
You know, we have heard through his management that he's very excited, and I think, like, you know, his kids we've gotten to know, you know, relatively well, you know, over the last year or so, I'd say. They're excited about it. They're excited to have it in, you know, their dad's honor, and you know, my sense is that, you know, I'm guessing he's pretty excited about it, but you know, at the same time, he's kind of out there doing his own thing. But yeah, we're super excited. One of our thoughts was to, when we looked up and down Broadway, Lower Broadway, there's very little, if any, really old country. Actually, none. You know, right now, well, you know, we've got AJ's, but you know, very, very little. And so we thought that you know, bringing Hank to Lower Broadway, there wouldn't be anything better.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. That looks like a great place to maybe have a few. And hey, maybe have a few of your own before going and checking out a production of Nashville's Cirque du Soleil. That's right, you heard me right. Nashville is getting its very own Cirque du Soleil production. You're looking at footage from the auditions. In a collaboration with Universal Music Group, Cirque will be going country. The yet-to-be-titled production is set to begin in July. Cirque says the show will be a love letter to country music combined with, of course, their famous Cirque acrobats. Coming up, two country stars, one song. We take you inside the Tim McGraw and Phil Vassar hit For a Little While.
Coming up, we'll talk with Tyler Reese Tritt. 2 years ago, she heard a song, immediately connected with it, and now it's an exciting new single out. We'll talk about Texas Hold'em coming up.
And right after the break, we're heading backstage to the Ryman Auditorium to chat with Country Music Hall of Famer Ricky Skaggs. You don't want to miss it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Nashville Insider. I'm Casey Mason, and back during the holidays, our Jennifer Vickery got the chance to chat with the one and only Ricky Skaggs at the iconic Ryman Auditorium as a part of our Insider Spotlight series. Take a look.
Well, it's not every day that you get to be backstage at the Ryman Auditorium. We are with none other than 15-time Grammy Award winner Ricky Skaggs. It's so great to see you.
Great to see you too.
Yeah,
thanks for having me on.
Day.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, we've already done 4 shows, and my throat is a little bit worn from just singing so much. But we have a real special guest, a bunch of special guests tonight on our Ryman Christmas show. We used to do Skaggs Family Christmas every year, and of course the Ryman was one of our major shows. You know, you got all your family living here and all. But we haven't done them. I think 2016 was the last Skaggs Family Christmas show we did.
Take me back to when the whole family Christmas tradition began, because like you said, you guys did the Skaggs Family Christmas for so many years, which is why there's so much excitement around the show tonight at the Ryman.
The Skaggs Family Christmas show actually started with Bobby Cudd, my booking agent. We were doing some shows with the Chieftains, and we were playing Chastain Park in Atlanta. I got a phone call that the bus that was bringing the band from Nashville, Kentucky Thunder, caught fire.
Oh my.
The engine caught on fire on Mont Eagle Mountain.
Oh my
So
goodness.
we had to call the bus company, and they had to send another bus out and pick them up and then bring them down to Chastain Park in Atlanta. Well, there was no way that I could go out and do solos for 30 or 40 minutes, you know. And so we went out there and just did about 30, 40 minutes before the band showed up, and the crowd was loving it, that it was a family. And Bobby Cudd, that has been my booking agent forever, he came up after the show and he said, if you guys could put together a Christmas show out of this.
Using that dynamic,
yes,
yeah.
I can book that. I guarantee you I can book that. And that's how it started.
You guys are going to be hitting the road in 2024.
Yes.
Tell me about the tour.
Well, we have what I believe is the best bluegrass band I've ever had. These guys can play anything and everything, and so we're going to be working up a lot of, you know, I'm not sure they're going to be brand new songs. I mean, I'm writing so many new instrumentals. I asked the Lord to give me instrumentals. There's so much joy in a bluegrass instrumental. You can't be still listening to an instrumental in bluegrass and not feel some kind of joy. If you're doing that, you're not too mad about anything.
That's right. That's the goal, right?
There's something about the joy that comes through.
I heard you might be doing some podcasting in there too.
I really want to.
You gonna start one up?
Yep.
Is it gonna be bluegrass themed?
I think it will be roots music and bluegrass theme, but I think I want it to also be, you know, music and conversation.
Yeah.
I want people to be able to share their heart, you know, in a place that it's safe, a place where they can say what they want to about life, about what their faith, about what they believe in. But I just want it to be a place where it's fun.
Well, it has been delightful to get to spend some time with you.
Great to be with you too.
Such a special night for
Yes.
you and the whole family, and I hope you guys have a great show and a great year ahead.
Yeah, we're sure looking forward to it. I think good things are coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look for more of our interview with Ricky Skaggs coming soon right here to Nashville Insider. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up. Tyler Reese-Tritt is on the show from childhood to now, how she says her music has evolved. And it's always nice to hear about the song from the songwriter. Jerry Vandiver takes us inside for a little while after this short little while. Welcome back to Nashville Insider. It's once again time to bring you inside the song. This week, Jerry Vandiver explains how his song, For a Little While, became a song that was sung by both Tim McGraw and co-writer Phil Vassar.
Greg Hill, who at that time was Phil's publisher and went on to be Phil's manager, he pitched it to Jody Messina, of all things. And I remember we were thinking, I don't hear that for Jody at all. And they put it on hold for Jody. And then when Jody heard the song, she passed on it, but lucky for us, Tim was producing the record. So I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling Tim was watching to see if Jody was going to land on it, because if she didn't, and immediately he took it and grabbed it out. Yeah, so it was, and it happened really quickly too. We demoed the song like in November, and I think he cut it like in February.
Every time I start to think about her, we sent that summer out in style.
I remember when we started the song, Phil wanted to write, it was just me and Phil, he wanted to write a song, we're tired of crying in your beer songs, and wanted to write a kind of just a tribute to that last girlfriend that was just a great memory and still gives you a smile. And so we started it, but at the time, Steve Mandel was coming over because we had Phil had a demo session the next day, and so we got the song started. Steve came over to take care of the session, because I had a song on that session as well with Phil, and they finished the song, and then we got together the next day, put the bridge on it, and made a demo. It was like, bang. It was one of those magical moments, and Phil just puts his magic touch on it. So yeah, and then when I heard the cut, it was so exquisite. It was just one of those special moments.
She could be honeymoon sweet and a little wild. She was mine, yeah, for a little while.
And he put it on his one of his records. I think it was called The Best of Phil Vassar. And yeah, so it was. It's been a fun song for me to play, and every once in a while, somebody texts me and says, "Hey, I hear your song on the radio now. You know, there's another 2 cents."
You know, it's always so cool to know what goes inside the making of a great country song, and some of those are duets like the soon-to-be hit from Leah Turner and Jerrod Neimann. Our Bree Carter takes us south of the border.
So, let's talk about your new single. Tell us about it, South of the Border.
Well, nobody never wants to go to south of the border. I mean, it's always a good time. You go down to Mexico, and like Jerrod has said, you can never be down when you're down in Mexico.
That's right.
Correct?
That's correct.
So you guys talk about, it being super hot down there. How'd you come up with this song? What was your thought behind it?
Well, when you're down in Mexico, you're doing a lot of drinking, you're having a lot of fun, but in a time where the world is so serious and not having a good time and everyone's afraid of everyone, I felt like it was a good time to release something where you're touching one another, where you're loving on one another, and you're just loving on tequila time and having a good time and loving and just letting everything go.
That sounds great. Now, did you write this yourself?
Me and my producer, Brett Boyette, did, and then I asked Jerrod to come on it because his talent, and not only as himself as an artist, but as a person, to have him on it was just an honor, and completely, I was like, what? You're gonna do it? This is amazing. Let's go south of the border.
South of the border, down by the water, south of the border, aye, aye, aye.
Look, everyone wants to know what you guys have coming up next.
Well, Jerrod, tell them what you've been doing. I mean, I know that you've been producing Lee Brice's new record, and you've been having a fall tour.
Yeah, well, we've been on the road, and then of course Leah and I have been writing some more music, so hopefully we come up with something cool with that. But I have been in the studio recording some stuff, and then working with Lee Brice on his new record, and I was playing her a song or two the other day, and just really excited for his fans to hear what he's been up to as well. And there's also a new guy named Justin Holmes on Country Rebel music that is going to be coming out that I'm working with, that I think he's a veteran and has written all his music and has got an incredible country voice, and I think people are going to love it.
Well, that's exciting, but the holidays are coming up. What about, I hear something about Noche Bueno. Can you give us a little insight about that?
Yeah, so I wrote a song, it's called Noche Buena, and it's about, not a lot of people know that Latinos, they celebrate on Christmas Eve. And it's just the night before Christmas, and it's a good night. And it's just talking about Christmas from a Mexicana's perspective and what it is for us, like rolling out tortillas in mi abuela's manos, rolling out those fresh tortillas, and how it is having Christmas.
On this noche buena.
Up next, we head to Music Row to chat with the daughter of Travis Tritt, Tyler Reese Tritt. She tells us how her music has evolved, and that's after the break. We're back. I'm Casey Mason here on Nashville Insider. Well, Tyler Reese Tritt, the daughter of Travis Tritt, has a new song out, but we're still not sure how much she really knows about poker. Nashville Insider's Alex Apple explains more.
Well, we're here talking today with Tyler Reese Tritt, who has just released a highly anticipated new single, Texas Hold'em. And I wanted to ask you about the evolution of your sound, because you've been playing music for, I think, almost all of your life. Certainly you started recording when you were young. Tell me about this latest single and what you think it says about you as an artist.
Porch Light came out first. Obviously that was more of my sassier attitude kind of song. And I heard Texas Hold'em, and naturally, you're going through something, you hear a song, it hits you, and that song was sent to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was right up my alley, because I loved that old school country feel, and it had that old school, but also had kind of that 90s sound, and I really love 90s country. And yeah, so I just feel like Texas Hold'em is right up that alley of perfect mix between 90s and now.
Is that, like when you would describe yourself as an artist, because it's always interesting what people would say about themselves, it's different than what necessarily you would think about them publicly. How would you describe yourself? Is it trying to pull on some of those 90s influences?
Most definitely.
What else would you put in there?
Definitely like 90s meets now, because Jody Messina, Martina McBride, all those artists, I'm huge fangirl.
Sure.
So yeah, I'd definitely say that my style is definitely paying homage to them, and then trying to find my own sound without sounding like everybody else. too.
Yeah, and I'm always curious when people start playing music and it's their whole life and you put out music when you're really young, you have this sort of evolution. When you look back on that music now, what do you think of it?
I listened to the first song that I ever put out and I was just like, and it's crazy though, because everyone that hears it, they're like, oh my gosh, I love Perfect, I love that song. And to me, I hear it and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that doesn't even sound like me or like my style anymore. Like it definitely has changed, and for the better, because I feel like, you know, that was more little kid. I was like 16, 15. Sure. Now I feel like I'm really coming into more of like a mature sound.
Yeah. Is there a song that you heard, or a couple of songs that you've heard in your life that you think, man, like that is one that I really wished I'd written or I'd recorded, because it's just one that connects to you? I'll give you an example. I asked this to Jordan Davis the other day, and he said The House That Built Me by Miranda Lambert. Like, it's just something that you hear that you're like, wow.
Gosh, yeah.
I look up to that music, and I'm curious if you have an example.
I do. It's not country,
okay,
but Whitney Houston, I Have Nothing. Okay. I hear that song every time, and I don't know the lyrics, everything about it. I was just like, oh my gosh, if I could write like this, if I could sing like that. But just something about that song, every time I hear it, it touches me every single time.
That's great. Well, that gives me something to listen to because I'm not familiar with it. Well,
oh, it's not good.
Oh, well, that's good. I like hearing something new. That's another reason why I asked the question. Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to talk with you. Congratulations on Texas Hold'em. And new music is on the way. We'll look for that ahead.
Thanks so much, Alex. All right, well, we leave you today with a great song and awesome lyrics from Tiger Lily Gold. It's hot off the presses, and it's their brand new video for the song I Try to Ring On. As always, I'm Casey Mason for Nashville Insider. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
It didn't work out, I ain't even mad about that. I'm sure